played so often and so well, and to have done it in so many different positions, to have done it in a modest, unassuming, from the moment he sort of settled down when he was about 18 or 19, when we're all a bit wild at that age, has become the perfect professional, and it couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
He is a throwback in so many respects. He's an old-fashioned carrier of the ball, an old-fashioned winger, almost as fast with the ball at his feet as he is without it. And there's a bit of the old and a bit of the new about him. So in that respect, I think that he's probably, in terms of a figure, somebody for everybody to look up to, probably as close to Bobby Charlton as anybody else in the club's history.
I personally think he must be United's greatest ever player. Crikey, the amount of competitions he's won, the amount of trophies he's won, I don't think they come any bigger than Ryan Giggs, and I think that in years to come, I think people will look back at Ryan and recognise him probably as United's all-round finest servant.
In the team hotel the night before the game, all thoughts were on the match ahead with Chelsea. Ryan remained as cool and calm as ever.
I don't really get nervous. I think, you know, before the kick-off, definitely you need that little bit of nervousness, but now just relax really and just, you know, enjoying it. I think at 99 I was probably a little bit more nervous and, you know, wondering what was going to happen, but now you just try and use your experience really and help the younger players through, you know, who haven't experienced these sort of nights before, and, you know, sort of be a calming influence. But you know, it's what you become a footballer for, you know, to play in these big games and to try and make history and performing on the biggest stage. That's what you want, that's the challenge. And, you know, every player wants that. You know, we're lucky enough tomorrow night to have that chance.
Ryan Giggs running down the wing. Ryan Giggs running down the wing.
Giggsy, amazing, pro all the way through, superb. If we had 11 of him, we'd walk this tonight.
Giggs has been best player for United by far, and I'm proud of him tonight. I hope he comes on and scores the winner.
He's been a great player for United, you know, one of the best. So hopefully he'll play some part tonight and hopefully score.
Yeah, he's a brilliant player, and you know, just quality to have at the club.
That boy Giggsy is what it turns out.
It's fantastic for Giggsy. I mean, beating Bobby Charlton's record, what a time, what a place to do it. I mean, if it goes to penalties and he takes the last one, wow, it's written in history, isn't it?
Scholes, Brown, neatly worked, clipped in towards Ronaldo! Manchester United strike first, and guess who? Ryan Giggs watches on, waits for the opportunity, not just to break Sir Bobby Charlton's appearance record for the club, but maybe to make a telling impact on the final. Essien, it's more his area of the field, it'll come for Lampard, and Chelsea are level!
Come on as a sub, and, you know, I just kept thinking, you know, I've got to make an impact. I just went up really, just in a floating role, just behind the front man, just behind Carlos.
It's the record-breaking moment for Ryan Giggs. Appearance number 759 for him.
And this is a chance really, which I've got an open goal really, I should score, but I'm just reaching for it a little bit and it just comes off the outside of my foot. I should have scored, but credit to John Terry as well. He's got back and made a great clearance.
It goes to penalties, 1-1 after 90 minutes, and 1-1 after extra time. It's down to Petr Cech and Edwin van der Sar.
Sir Alex had to pick his penalty takers, but Ryan would not be in the first 5.
A lot wiser, and he hopes a lot more accurate here.
For me, watching the penalties, it was nerve-wracking. It was like the fans, but I'd say it is daunting walking up to that penalty spot. It's a long walk, and your legs go a bit weak and you get jelly legs, but I felt really confident.
Stacey, my dad and myself had our head in our hands, and the coaching staff was all sat behind us and they were shouting. I said, get up, you know, watch him take it, but I just couldn't. And I just kept saying to Stacey, listen for the crowd, because if they cheer, then he scored.
I practiced during the week and I just kept saying to myself, right, keep the same technique, low and hard, in that same corner. If he saves it, you know, he'll do well to save it, but just make sure I hit the target low and hard. And it was just, it's relief when you see it go in.
I knew he was going to place it. It was a great penalty kick. It was the best penalty kick of all the penalty kicks that was taken that night. It was the best one.
Obviously, that Chelsea have got to go and score their next one. And Edwin saves Anelka's penalty, and we've won it. So at that point, you just don't know what to do. You just want to hug everyone. You want to hug all the rest of the players, the staff, everyone who's worked so hard during the season to get to this point, and just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. It's just a great moment, and I probably savoured it a bit more than '99 and getting it off Platini as well. One of the greatest players ever. But I said to Rio, let's kiss it before we lift it up. Kissed it and then lifts it. And it just don't get any better than that. I've had so many sort of great nights and great days with United, but them 2 weeks were probably the greatest. And you wouldn't think that at 34. You wouldn't think that them days would still come. To lift the Premiership on my own, and then obviously to lift the European Cup with Rio, them 2 weeks were probably the greatest in my footballing career.